I was going to college and I worked for a sign company up in Ogden. I never dreamed I'd be in the sign business. My degree was in finance, but I was working for a sign company, and yeah, it was quite intriguing. And when I graduated from college, I went to Phoenix. And then a friend of mine called up and said there was an old sign company for sale, and it was struggling and the owners wanted out. And so he and I and another guy purchased it back in 1975. And then over the years I bought the other two out. I was the sole owner up until I sold about a year ago to my sons and Kevin Anderson.
I think that they've been running the company very, very capably and doing a wonderful job. Brian has a very specific expertise with computers and graphics, and Kevin, I think, is very talented across the board. I'm very impressed with the team that they are. I think they're very formidable, bring a lot of diverse talent to bear on running that company.
I think there was just a lot of pride in what my dad did. My dad started the business with him and a couple of partners, and it's grown to what it is today. And I've taken a lot of pride in that. So I've kind of wanted the legacy to live on and make the company even bigger and more successful than where he brought it to.
We build virtually any type of signage, from the smallest signs to the biggest signs. We cover it all. We do storefront window graphics that as simple as store hours and a business name, all the way up to high-rise lit signs and high-rise pylon signs. We do it all, neon, every scope of it. Nothing's farmed out, we do it all in-house.
We have the most current and up-to-date tools and equipment. We have the highest quality journeymen and craftsmen and fabricators in our plant. We have the technology to produce higher quality signs at a more competitive cost. We can do full color 3D beautiful sign cabinets for the same price or possibly even less than other companies could do a two-color sign cabinet. Our tools and technology allows us to produce a higher quality product for a more competitive price.
Zions Bank is probably our longest running client. You know, we've been doing Zions Bank since I can remember. We got a real good relationship with Zions Bank, and we've done a lot of branches all over the state. I've been in the pickup trucks many a days, driving from here to Price, from here to St. George, here to Idaho, doing service on Zions Bank.
The relationship with Zions Bank started when we first bought the company. We had heard that they were opening 3 new branches, and I called up the fellow who was in charge and asked him if we could give them a bid. He politely said no, he had 3 other sign companies, and I said, well, if you're not interested in saving some money on a quality sign, and he goes, well, we're always interested in saving money. And I said, well, then let us give you a bid. So we worked him up a bid. He had 3 locations. They were down south. We gave him the price, and he called me later and said that they'd give us the contract.
Impact Sign Company and Zions Bank have been doing business together probably since 1985 or so. They've designed the Zions Bank signs, which are on a pole at most of our branch locations. They've designed monument signs for us. Then we have signage that's on our buildings. And then we have signage that directs people through the drive-ups and our parking areas. So every aspect, and then we have some interior signage for vinyl letters and stuff inside, so those are the range of signs that they do for us. It's been a great relationship, and I've really enjoyed working with them. They've done a tremendous job for Zions Bank over the years on our signage. They've responded to our maintenance needs. They've helped us design our signs. They've never missed a date. When we have a deadline of when we need to build a branch, Impact Sign is professional and they're dependable, and they've really done a great job for Zions. One of the more interesting sign projects that Impact Sign Company did for Zions Bank is when we did the reskin of the Zions Bank building in downtown Salt Lake City. The building is a 18-story building, which puts it about 300 feet in the air. And we needed to put big signage up there. And so Impact Sign designed these letters, which are actually bolted into steel on the roof. And each sign letter was lifted up by a crane. Each letter weighed several hundred pounds. I mentioned earlier, the letters are basically 8 feet tall, each letter. And so that was quite a project to build, install, and attach those letters to the top of this building. And they are some pretty big letters. The Moab branch that Zions Bank built several years ago was unique in that the design of the branch was done to emulate the architecture of southern Utah. And we worked with Impact Sign on coming up with some very beautiful and unique signage that has the red stone rock and just the attributes of that kind of architecture. It's a beautiful building, and it's complemented very nice with very nice signs that Impact Sign Company built.
It's been a great relationship. We bought every piece of equipment through Zions we ever had. Every time we bought a new truck, every time we needed a line of credit, and so it's been a great relationship with Zions.